It's where students discuss their views. It's Cat Chat, brought to you by Northwest Student Media.
Thanks for tuning in with us here on Cat Chat. I'm your host, Jordan Johnson. Before we kick off some of this exciting news, I'm going to give my panelists the opportunity to introduce themselves real quick.
How you doing? I'm Vontre Ritchie.
I'm Aaron Wilkins.
Hi, I'm Bryson Scott.
Thanks for joining us today, guys. How's the week going?
Going
Good. It's almost over.
Man, ain't that the truth? It's about to be Friday.
Oh gosh, I have to work all weekend, so it's not even exciting for me.
Well, are you going to miss out on the game then this weekend with the football game?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, man, that sucks. That sucks to hear. Well, but I hope what you didn't miss this week, or maybe you did, you know what I'm saying, because with some of the entertainment that, you know what I'm saying, comes along with it, but the debate this week with our two acting candidates for presidency, like, did you guys get the opportunity to catch the show or catch the debate? And what are some of your thoughts when you left it?
Well, I didn't catch all the show, but I caught a little bit of it. But what I took from it, I don't know. I'm just not a supporter of Trump. I just can't get with it. I don't like his policies. So his policies didn't make sense to me as I was watching the candidate race. But I don't know. He had some other good ideas, but I can't get with him.
Yeah, I hear you.
I heard for the most part, I didn't watch it, but for the most part, I just saw that it was people putting Snapchat filters on the debate because it was such a joke. Like apparently, like they didn't talk about anything, which I mean, like usually when it comes to debates, usually it's just more like attacking each other rather than talking about something. That's just the usual. But when it comes to Trump and Hillary, it's just like an even bigger joke. And like, it's just tough because like we have to pick a president, and it's going to be one of them. So, I mean, hopefully we choose wisely.
I watched for about 10 minutes, and that's all I could take. I couldn't stand to listen to Trump for that long, so I had to flip it off. That's really about all I have to say there. I'll leave it at that.
It's sad that these are people that we're counting on to run our country right now.
Yeah.
It's funny. I want to get some thoughts and opinions as far as like how we ended up with the candidates that we have. It's funny how like the world even seemed to divide it when it came to Hillary Clinton and some of her lies and some of the scandals that came about as far as like her honest traits. But then you also have the Donald Trump, who was on the other end, is just like ridiculous. I mean, I thought he was just there for pure entertainment to knock out some of the easier people, but they ended up to being like the last people we ended up with. Like, how did this happen? You know what I mean? Everybody was talking about how I'm not going to vote for Hillary. I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. Yeah. Obviously, you know what I mean? But still, we're left with these people to rule our free world.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Well, with Donald, I can tell you the Republicans just, no one else should stand out, and like Donald just made fun of him and pick at him and bicker with him, and they played his game, and no one could come out on top. It was pretty ridiculous. I'd say, in my opinion, with Hillary, I think the Democratic Party just sort of said, okay, this is your year, and we're just going to let you have it. And there you go. That's what it is. But I don't know. I still can't get over how people genuinely got behind Donald Trump. It blows my mind.
It's funny because I remember a quote by President Obama. It was, I think, 2 years ago, where he was like, yeah, the Republicans, they're going to have their person, and Hillary, she's going to get her support. Yeah. And it was just like, dude, really? Nobody else? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you say, like, it's your turn, I guess. You know what I'm saying? We'll go to the default position this year.
Yep.
Crazy. LeBron, like you had something you wanted to share?
I feel like the Republican Party just really didn't have no significant candidate. So I felt like they had no choice but to let Trump now run, you know what I'm saying, for the party.
Right.
Now for Hillary, I feel like it was Hillary's turn because, you know, she was with Barack Obama. She
played a solid role.
Secretary of State, so you know what I'm saying, she dealt with all those foreign problems.
Well, hopefully, I hate to cut you off, you know what I mean? We got to jump into this first break though. But you brought some good points, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're still figuring out, you know what I'm saying, which one to vote, we'll touch back on that in a little bit, but I'm your host, Jordan Johnson. Thanks for tuning in with us. We'll catch you in a second.
It's where students discuss their views. It's Cat Chat, brought to you by Northwest Student Media.
Hey, thank you guys for continuing to tune in with us here on Cat Chat. All our viewers and listeners out there, we appreciate the time that you're investing. We just got done wrapping up our first segment talking about some of the current debate that just went down this past week between Hillary and Donald Trump. We we started expressing some of the confusion there, how we ended up with these candidates, but now we're going to like kind of use it to segue a little bit into talking about voting. Are you guys currently registered to vote? I mean, I'm assuming we're all from different places as far as like cities or states or whatever. So where are you guys from? And then how did you guys like register to vote up here?
Well, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I registered to vote. I did it back home previously, but then, I mean, they came up here and asked me about it, but I already told them I registered and stuff like that. But I had to do an absentee vote, so I had to put my ballot in a little early. So I got my vote in.
Very good. Good job. Good job. What about you, ma'am? Are you all registered to vote? Are you ready to send in your ballot, or are you going to be at the steps?
Right now, some people might kind of hate me because I'm not registered to vote yet, just because I know I live in this country and I know I should know what's going on, which I probably need to within the next like month, so figure it out. But yeah, like you can register here in the union, so I'll probably do that because, I mean, I do have to vote. I should vote. Like I'm old enough, and like, so someone has to run this country, and I live in it. So
that's a great point.
Unfortunately, not good candidates, but
you can't complain about nothing you're not trying to fix. So,
yeah, exactly.
What about you, sir?
I'm from a town about 40 miles east of here, and I am registered to vote. I voted in 2012.
Nice.
I'll vote this year, so I'd say that pretty well sums it up.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, you heard it here. You can come to the student union if you haven't registered to vote yet. We got students registering individuals through Turbo Vote. So come to and get that done because it is important that we vote for the person that's going to be like making the governing decisions for our country. With that being said, I know that we're all again from different cities. I'm originally from Kansas City myself. So looking and voting here as far as like local things and local issues, sometimes I begin to slip. Have you guys heard about the new or the same sheriff is running now for the third term? Like, what do you guys thoughts about that? Do you know anything about Darren White and some of the things that he's been involved in here as this community?
No, a little bit, but not a lot.
Okay.
Not a lot.
I'm figuring that if it's his third term and he's been selected the other two, I'm assuming he'll probably be pretty successful.
Right. That's what some of the issues that have been arising this past week and a half has been. People have been campaigning against him and beginning to protest against him because this is the same man. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Daisy rape case at all that happened here in Maryville several years back. But this young woman was assaulted at a very young age by high school students. And through the influence of some of the connections that have been made that are networked through here in Maryville, these athletes were expunged or, pushed away, or the case was dropped due to insignificant evidence. And if you watch there's a documentary now on Netflix that you can actually, learn about, and just some of the things that people are going against him for, some of the comments that he made as far as like young women's safety, and that like kind of showing that these athletes are above the law a little bit in that way. Like, is that somebody that you would want? I mean, just your thoughts. I mean, from that little brief description.
I mean, I'm from the area, so I knew about it even when I was back in high school. I kind of knew the whole situation. And it's about the grayest type of issue you could possibly come up with. I think that like people saying that like he has a bad reputation or like he mishandled the case, I think that's totally overblown. From what I heard, there really wasn't a lot of physical evidence, or really a lot of it was just hearsay. People said this, people said that, and people built their opinions on that. But in reality, I don't think they could press charges, honestly. I think he'll probably get reelected, I'd imagine. Just, small town politics, people like to stick with what they know.
True.
So that's just my thoughts on it. Not that I'm an expert, and I could be way off here, so who knows,
Right. All right. Well, that's, it's being educated is what I'm saying, where we want to encourage individuals. So no matter where you're living or where it's what your political standpoint may be, is educate yourself and get ready for that. So with that being said, as far as educating yourself with these up and coming elections, how are you guys preparing yourself? Because, like you said, we have to vote. I mean, we could, vote third party, and that would kind of, make us feel a little bit better, especially about the people that we have campaigning right now. But you guys, how are you guys educating yourself, preparing yourselves to have to do this, make this major decision?
I guess you gotta try to keep up with, the media wave. So, you gotta keep up with CNN. You gotta, follow the Facebook trends, or the social media trends. So you gotta make sure that the political views that they pitching out to us, it's you know what I'm saying, it's solidified to a certain state to where, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna help the American people.
I guess the best way is to kind of look at like the major issues that are important to me, because obviously you can't look at everything.
Right.
But the issues that are important to me, and then which candidate is going to fulfill those, like kind of like fix those, kind of deal with them. But for the most part, I think that would be a way to like just briefly prepare yourself.
Smart.
I'm with Aaron here. I'm not a big believer in just picking a party and just sticking with that. I think you need to educate yourself on the issues, educate yourself on the candidates and where they stand on the issues, and just go from there. A lot of times people will vote for a party just because they've always voted that party,
Right.
despite the fact that maybe what they're voting for isn't what they actually believe in when they dig down into it. So just make sure you stay informed, I suppose.
Well, you heard it here from active students. Educate yourself and get out there and do the right thing, and that's vote. You heard here from your host of Cat Chat. We'll see you in a couple minutes, and thank you for tuning in.
It's where students discuss their views. It's Cat Chat, brought to you by Northwest Student Media.
We're back live here in the Student Union, about to kick off our third section of our segment here this week. We're about to stroll into the, what's it called, here at Northwest. We're having a lot of success in the sports world, and I want to just take the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, give the students the opportunity to shout out like some of the sports teams, or, you know what I'm saying, some of the events that's been going on here at Northwest.
Let's go Northwest Bearcats football. We got a game this weekend. Can't wait. I can't wait. Shout out to the volleyball team. We're undefeated.
Yeah. Hey, that's like very huge too. I mean, they have passed like the record break or self-record breaking 8-0, starting off the season like in a great fashion, but now they've exceeded to 15-0. Can you believe that? Like that's it's crazy. Our women's soccer team is beginning to struggle just a little bit, but there's still a lot of time left, you know, for them to turn it around. So hopefully we begin to get that dubs in that area too. But man, like, have you seen the turnout as far as the volleyball games or anything like that? Like, has that beginning to increase, or like what are you seeing as far as the fandom? I'm pretty sure
it's way up. I hear people talking about like, oh yeah, I'm going to the volleyball day, I'm going to go cheer them on and stuff. And I've never heard that the whole time I've been on campus. So that's awesome. I think that's great. Fall Classic is coming up. I'll be there. I know I was actually just at Central last weekend, and everyone down there said they're going, so it's going to be a huge turnout there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know. It's just going well, man. Athletics are doing well. I'm excited. Lots to be excited about.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Northwest, they never let us down in the football arena, but when it comes to like volleyball, like we keep it competitive, and now like to really be on like running things, you know what I'm saying? Like congratulations to the ladies, like huge shout out. Now, with that being said, like it seems like sports in the sports world, all the athletes, you know what I'm saying, they struggle as far as schoolwork and being students and just having a social life, and then also being like full-time athletes. And I mean struggle like as far as like their stress levels be like way up. You know what I mean? They handle it very well. I mean, a lot of them are leaders in our community, so that's like really awesome. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them and the coaching staff and that, you know what I'm saying, and that dynamic. But as far as like taking care of being a regular student, or you know what I'm saying, like a working student, how are you guys taking care of yourselves? I mean, I know like as juniors, seniors, you know what I'm saying, we live off campus, we have, you know what I'm saying, like part-time jobs. How are you guys making sure that your mental, emotional, and like your spiritual self is like well taken care of?
You gotta make sure you're eating the right foods. So the stuff that you intake, it also works here. So you gotta make sure you're eating healthy, stay hydrated, getting a lot of sleep, and get some study hours in, because I know it can be a drag. So, yeah.
True that.
What I've learned is that even if you tell yourself you're going to go to bed at 10 o'clock, I usually end up staying up till 1. Even if I'm very tired the next day, it's just like a cycle. I'm used to getting like 6 hours of sleep when really I need 8. But I've also kind of learned that being a full-time student is a full-time job, and that's what a lot of teachers expect too. They're like, oh, I want you to put in this much amount of work, but it's like you also have to work like at your real job if you're living off campus, or even on campus if you're providing for yourself. So it's just like school is like fun, but it's also kind of crazy because just the amount of time and effort that you have to put into it. I understand because it's college, but it's like there's some high expectations up there, which like sometimes you need to just take like time for yourself, like in the middle of the day. And like some people can like power through the day, like I can't. I need like a nap. I need some time to myself. Like I just need that time to just kind of like, or like just sit and do nothing.
Yeah.
Like doing something all the time is just stressful.
Just to ground yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Bryson?
Pretty much what everyone else said. I like to try and be active. I think I always feel better if I don't work out or play basketball or something. Right now, I don't get to play a lot of basketball with this bad boy. Got a torn ACL, but try to stay fit, eat healthy. You get in what you get out, what you put in. So just take care of yourself. You'll feel better for it. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Proper diet. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest and making sure that you are physically healthy. That's good stuff. Good stuff. How do you guys like include like social life into that? Do you feel like that's a part of your life that helps you stay sociable, keeping joy and happiness a part of like who you are, making you healthy, or do you feel like that's something you could like limit more time, or like what, I'm gonna step out this weekend, or tonight I'm gonna get more sleep? Thoughts?
That's really important, because I'm the type of person where like it's the weekend, I want to go out, all my friends are going out, but it's like you feel pressured to go out, but sometimes you're just like, I'm kind of tired, I want a nap. And like a lot of people say like you can never relive a party, and it's like, well, sometimes you just need to take care of yourself and you need to go to sleep. Like worry about yourself first before like other things. Don't let people pressure you into doing something.
Yes.
I mean, it just depends on the person. I like to go out and be pretty sociable, especially on the weekends. So it's just whatever your preference. But I don't know, make time for your friends. Make sure you're getting out. It gets lonely if you're just like devoting your whole life to school or devoting your whole life to work. So don't be afraid to go out and have some fun with your friends every now and then. Even if you do have something to do, you'll feel better about it, and I think you'll be more motivated if you know that like you've gone out and you had some fun.
Right. Vonjay, you want to mention one more thing before we go jump into break?
Just make sure you got all your stuff done before you go party. That's like those stress reliever.
There we go.
Have fun.
Good stuff. Well, thank you. You heard it here again from the students, man. Like these are individuals that are out here in the working world as far as trying to perfect adulting. You know what I mean? It's a segue that we are all struggling with. So stay tuned in here with us here at Cat Chat, learn something new, and we'll see you in a second.
It's where students discuss their views. It's Cat Chat, brought to you by Northwest Student Media.
So here we are about to kick off our last segment, and we're going to include the stroller today. Last week we got, really discussing some hot topics, and we didn't get the chance to include it. So as we normally do, we're gonna throw the stroller back in there. And this week she's at us again, guys. She's telling us that our love is not enough. What we do is not enough. No, I'm kidding. She talked about putting in effort, showing and prioritizing the people that you have in your life that are important to you. What are you doing to make sure that your loved ones, your spouses, or whatever, how are you making sure that they are a priority?
You gotta just take the time. I mean, it's only a 24-hour day, so you gotta make sure your friends come included. I mean, you can't get everything crammed up in one day. You know what I'm saying? Just take the whole week to dedicate. You know what I'm saying? Prioritize the time. You know what I'm saying? To your friends, to your loved ones, to your family, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really have a person to really worry about right now. Mostly it's my mom. She'll like call me and be like, why didn't you call me yesterday? I was like, Mom, I didn't have anything to talk about. She's like, you don't love me. I'm like, Mom, I do. It's just like, I don't have anything to tell you. I'm sorry. I can't talk to you every day. But then again, like, I'm a needy person, so I want people to talk to me every day. So I can see where she's coming from. But
I don't have much to chime in here. I'm kind of single for a reason. I'm the guy that doesn't really put in effort, I guess. So it's best if I just keep my mouth
he's
shut.
that guy.
There's cat people out there. I know. Are you one of those? You know what I mean? Are you neglecting your cat right now? You know what I mean? Is there a special date that you need
doesn't even
to?
love him.
No, it's good. No, I do have a cat. My dad has a cat. I like cats, but I don't know.
Okay, I know.
We got off subject here.
Yeah, she talked a lot about making sure that your significant other, if you're in a relationship, going out of your way a little bit, or just putting in that extra effort. Because sometimes routine, even though like the consideration is there, routine comes sometimes kind of like balances that out to where you don't even realize like, oh man, they made me dinner, you know what I'm saying? But they do it every day, so it's kind of like I forget to say thank you. And you know what I mean? And sometimes you know, so you want to step up a little bit more. So I guess add a rose to, you know what I'm saying, the breakfast, and like bring more attention to it. So this is as far as if you were to, you know what I'm saying, be in a relationship, or, you know what I'm saying, like, reaching out to your mom, you know what I'm saying, and doing something special, what would be something unique, or what would be some advice that you would give to somebody if they were like, how do I, you know what I'm saying, plan on doing something special or putting in extra effort? Like if someone told you that they wanted to do that, what would be the advice that you gave them?
If you've been on that person for a long time, I'm pretty sure it's not hard to remember all the, you know what I'm saying, most of their favorite things, you know what I'm saying, that they like. So I'm saying you can plan a special event around those things to make it something, make her feel like she's appreciated, you know what I'm saying? Appreciated, or a family member, make sure they're appreciated, because, you know, love is love, and we all need love.
That's real.
So.
That's real.
I just want to take a quick second to point out that like it says that like your woman wants you to put in more effort, but like also like women need to put in effort to relationships too. I feel like this is just kind of like aiming at guys when really like, I mean, I completely understand where you guys are coming from. Like that's not really fair,
Right.
but it's like, but we all need to put in some effort. But when it comes to my mom, not my boyfriend, my mom, but when it comes to my mom. Just like small little things, like texting her every day, like telling her what's up. Like I could just tell her like, Mom, I had some Chinese for breakfast this morning, and she'd be like, well, that's really neat, Aaron. Like she just loves hearing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what I did is I went down and surprised my mom a few weeks ago, so she really liked that.
That's
so just
awesome.
like small surprises, phone calls, like texts. It doesn't have to be every day, just every once in a while. Just like to know that they're appreciated.
Right. Let us
just
know.
do
Let
that. Small
them know that you're
appreciation.
on your mind, on your heart,
Yeah.
and stuff. All right, now Bryce, you know what I'm saying? You always you be leaving us hanging, man. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
I don't have much to chime in.
I understand that
Aaron-
love is not in the cards right now, but it may happen.
I mean, Aaron had it covered there, I guess. You know, just I don't think it's that hard to show affection or just show that you appreciate someone. Just make sure you let them know that you care, I suppose, when you do care. When you just like talk about your feelings and stuff, and just let them know how you feel. That's that simple, I'd say. If you can do that, then I'd say the rest will work itself out.
Yep.
Good point. Good point. Keep on loving on your individuals. Is, you know what I'm saying, what we got here. We have to go ahead and wrap up. I appreciate everybody that tuned in this week, and I hope that you continue to have a blessed weekend. Thank you again for our panelists and opening up and sharing your student views and your perspectives. It's been a pleasure. I'm your host, Jordan Johnson. Can't wait to kick off next week with you and discuss some more exciting news.